go to this school? Why are you applying? I mean, we don't want to, because my parents sent me. We want a real motivation.
But that's obvious, right? Do you really have people coming?
It is not that obvious.
It's not that obvious?
I think the answers that TBS is looking for is more how willing are you able to experience something that is new? How willing are you able to actually get into something that is not, it's a different path. You're not taking the exact way as everyone else. So if I compare myself to my friends, they took something more steady, more theoretical. And this school is very, you need to show that you have you have good communication
so if I come at the interview and I say my main goal in life is to get out of my comfort zone, is something you like?
That would be a really good thing. Okay. And if you want to travel, if you want to meet new people, being willing to meet new people is very important.
Do I have to have a precise idea of what I want to do later?
No. We can understand that you.
So if you say just I want to do management and I think it's interesting and I want to travel, it's enough.
No, you have to put it. I mean, if that's actually the thing that you want to do, you cannot put it that way. Okay. You have to say, I'm very interested in finding out how to run a company, and also doing it in different places of the world, because I was always incentivized by my parents to travel abroad and to meet people and cultures, and the world's getting bigger and stronger, and we need to communicate between ourselves and all of these things that.
Okay, is there anything stupid that I can say? The thing you don't want to hear, what is it?
If it's very basic, as
the big mistake.
Because my parents sent me, or
of course.
I don't really want to meet a lot of people. I'm more, all right, you shouldn't.
Because I don't know what to do. Then I came here.
And you shouldn't. And
that's what we don't want to hear.
You should never show that. You never have an individualistic approach.
Okay.
Never go. All right, I'm more of. I like to work by myself. It's more group.
Okay. Okay. You have to say group, and I love to work with people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you can.
The study tour?
The study tour.
What is that? Study tour in Barcelona? Is there anything specific? Anything specific we should know about that?
Study tour.
Okay, apparently it's not an important thing. Otherwise you would probably know about it.
Yeah.
It's just that I don't get. There's probably something onto it, but I just don't get the study tour.
The concept.
Okay, can you tell us over 2 years what do I study in Barcelona? If I stay 2 years in Barcelona, what are the main things I'm going to study, basically?
So apart from the basics that you take as in management, so accounting, finance, marketing, management.
That's in the first year.
That's in the first year.
Okay.
Financial mathematics and all of that. So which are the pillars, the bases that you also have to have. You have some very interesting classes such as communication skills, presentation skills. Classes where you learn how to sell yourself as in.
Okay, what proportion is that? I mean, what proportion is?
I'd say a quarter, a third.
Yeah.
Okay, so it starts to.
There's a big emphasis on how do you study. For example, you're in the class and you're studying Obama. What does he do that makes him such a good speaker?
Yes.
Then you
so
have a class.
you also learn the soft skills and they're regular courses. It's not just electives in a corner.
We are going to give you a base of theoretical knowledge and practical knowledge about management, very general, but also it's very important for us that you know how to manage in a company, how you're going to act, how you're going to work in teams, simulations.
Did you really feel was it actually a reason why you chose to lose business school? I mean, did you?
At the beginning, it wasn't what I was. So to be truly honest, I hadn't the right idea, the clear idea of what it was, the École de Commerce.
It's because you didn't watch Campus Channel.
A fact, of course. No, but it wasn't. It ended up being a really big beneficial factor for me.
Okay, if I suck at math, can I survive?
You do survive. I think you do survive.
Yeah, because it's not
because you spoke about financial mathematics, and I was.
Yeah, but and it's very applied to the company. I mean, it's not abstract. You won't have.
You don't do systems or matrices. You do. I have 5,000 euros today. How much am I going to have in 20 years if the interest rate is this? So it's very specific to business.
Okay, so it's actually pretty easy.
Yeah.
I want to apply to your program as well as to the BBA at the SEC Business School. Why should I choose you?
Why you?
Why us? Because you like Barcelona or Toulouse, maybe?
Okay,
That could
that's
be
one reason.
That one reason. I don't really know specifically the BBA at ESSEC Business School.
Well, Antonio, did you actually hesitate between Toulouse Business School and other schools?
I did at the beginning.
What were these schools?
So I wasn't. So if I can tell you like what I was in Portugal. I wanted to leave Portugal. That was my first priority.
Okay.
So I feel that everyone has different criteria, right? For me, one of them, and maybe the most important one, was get out of Portugal. Where do you want to go? I'd like to go to Barcelona. So I chose the city, and then once I found out about TBS and all of this programming, it actually interested me. And I went there, and what attracted me the most was the fact that I could actually travel.
Okay.
It's a specific.
You can do that pretty much everywhere.
But you don't do 3 years in 3 countries.
Okay.
You don't have a lot of offer for that. And you can do 3 years in 3 countries, and the actual partnerships, you can go pretty much everywhere in the world. And
okay, so if I have the choice between the BBA at ESSEC Business School and, well,
I don't know
your
the BBA
program,
at ESSEC Business School.
Why would I choose TBS? I mean, can you refuse ESSEC? I mean, ESSEC is the big French. Is it something you can refuse? Is it something that might be a reason why I would go to TBS? What would that be? So, okay, Barcelona, this is one thing.
Barcelona, the 3 countries, 3 years, 3 different countries. There are not many bachelors that are offering that. Also, ESSEC has the 3 accreditations. We do have the 3 accreditations.
What use is that to students, actually?
For the students, I think that the main difference is what we were saying. So it's something that I didn't realize before. But once you get into school and you actually get that practical view and the sense of business is completely different. I don't know if they do it in ESSEC because I'm not there.
Okay.
But from
do
what
you
I
have
know,
other friends who do bachelors elsewhere?
Exactly.
Do you really have the feeling that it's more TBS?
There is a difference because we're getting at TBS. They're teaching us how to get out of there and be able to get in the company and to sell ourselves as in I'm ready to work.
And your friends in other bachelors don't have this?
Not that much.
Not that much?
Not that much,
right.
Because it's way more theoretical than TBS. TBS is very practical.
After the admission test, how long will it take to get a specific day for the interview?
Okay, very practical question.
Yeah, I have to correct that because I mean the admission test and the interview is the same day. I mean you are doing that online application, and once you have finished your online application, we will get in contact with you for you to come or to arrange
so actually
your
everyone
test.
who applies with a full application actually gets a shot at having an interview.
Yeah. I mean the admission process is test and interview.
One day.
One day.
Excellent. Anything else to add on this matter?
And that's it. And depending on where you are, if you are coming to Barcelona, we have twice a month. We are doing
So there are dates, and you
test.
can
Yeah, you can choose your test.
Date.
And if you are abroad and you cannot come to Barcelona to pass the admission test, we will manage.
Are there some people that you actually don't accept to take the test and to take the interview?
No, everybody has the right to take the test.
So as long as you have filled in everything and you gave all the papers, it's okay.
Yeah.
And that you have the high school diploma, of course.
And the high school diploma, of course.
Yeah, but the high school diploma
can
is
come after and it has to validate. Okay, so you have to have it to get into TBS, but before, all right.
What are the main courses? I think we covered that a little bit. So basis of management.
In the first year?
Not the second year because it's the international one, but even the first and the third, the idea is pretty much the same. It's, I'd say 2/3 is basic management. So accounting, you have a class of accounting at least probably once a semester. You have different types of accounting. This year, for example, we had corporate finance, which is
okay.
And then you have all the practical that I was telling you about.
Are there any electives or any choice?
There are. I don't know if in the first year, but I can't remember. But in the second year, for example, this next week, you have 4 weeks of electives, so 2 weeks each semester, and you have an.
How does it work? Is it like for 2 weeks you can choose all the courses you want?
You choose. They give you a list, a long list of courses that you can choose, and then you decide which ones you want to take in which week, and then you get assigned to it. And during the week, for example, next week I'm only going to have courses of CSR, corporate social responsibility. After the end of the week, depending on the course, either you have an examination or not, but you always have a grade because it counts as credit. So there is an emphasis on that.
Okay, excellent. Is it what is the proportion of electives actually? The idea is if I come to TBS and I really want to choose certain specific courses, for instance, in that area, am I going to get them, or is it more general courses and in a corner you have 2 or 3
The thing is, it's different every year. That's for the third year. But for the first or second, you are choosing a major.
Okay.
The majors that I was
That you
talking
spoke
about
okay.
before.
So entrepreneurship in Barcelona,
Barcelona.
marketing in both.
And hotel management, wine sector.
Everything in Toulouse.
In Toulouse, and aeronauticals as well in Toulouse.
So a major, how many hours is that compared to the rest? Or how does
first
it work?
year is a very small amount of credit,
Okay.
and the second year is if you stay in Barcelona
If you stay
or
in
Toulouse,
Barcelona, okay.
it is more important, and the third year is elective.
Okay. Do you have the choice to stay the first semester and go the second and do it the other way around? How does this work?
No, it's the whole year.
The whole year you stay either. So you actually don't have to go abroad if you don't want to.
No.
You can stay in Barcelona for 3 years.
Or in Toulouse.
Or in Toulouse
yeah.
for 3 years.
Yeah.
And you can go, okay, good, excellent. Next question.
My concern is that if I choose to study in France without any knowledge of French, how could I study over there well? Or is there any language school which you may possibly provide? Thanks.
There is absolutely no constraints with the French, I feel.
Okay.
Apart from the fact that most of, not even, 60, I can't give a proportion, but almost everyone speaks English in the school.
Okay.
And you can, as we said, you can choose the classes in fully in English for the whole time.
And if you don't speak a word of French, you can still
There
be
are
accepted
people
into
that
the
don't
school.
I
speak a word
mean,
of
in the street it won't be that easy, but
Okay.
you will survive. And
There
we
are
have,
French classes?
Yeah, we have
mandatory.
integrated in the program.
Okay. Mandatory.
We have French classes
In
starting
Toulouse?
from zero in Toulouse, and the
And
Spanish classes in
In
Barcelona.
Barcelona.
And you
So,
also get one more language if you're a student. So let's say I'm doing English, and then I have either German, Italian, or Chinese.
okay.
And for the person who's worried about the French, she'll learn French. She'll learn
Instead
a lot
of that? Or do you have to take
no,
Chinese
she'll
or
do
Italian?
French and
English.
English and something else.
Okay, excellent. Is it a plus if I speak French? If I come at the application process, at the interview, and I say, okay, I already speak French, but was your case, Antonio?
No,
Is it necessary or not?
No.
What is actually the proportion of people who actually don't speak French or Spanish? for that
In
matter?
Barcelona, a lot.
In Barcelona, it's about.
Who don't speak Spanish in Barcelona? I mean, who
Yeah.
don't speak the language that is spoken in the country?
Yeah, we have about 30% of
Okay.
international students who are not either French or Spanish, because French or Spanish are like national for us.
Okay.
So 30% of no Spanish and French.
Actually, if I am Spanish and I want to go to TBS in Barcelona, for instance, is it the international procedure?
Yeah,
Okay, so okay, got it.
the national is from French system.
If I get accepted in the Bachelor, is it possible to stay for the Masters? Is it MSc in management afterwards? So is that Masters in
Yes,
management?
it is, but you have to pass a.
Concours.
There is a selection process?
A selection process.
Is it easier for people who were at TBS before or not?
It is not. I mean, we are not doing a different
Is it really
selection.
two separate things?
No, it is the same selection for a student who are coming, for a student who is coming from Bachelor in Management